Europe in 1346 teeters on the edge of ruin, a land of crumbling castles and starving peasants where the air is thick with the stench of decay and rebellion. The church, perched in the opulent courts of Avignon and Rome, clings to its divine authority, but its foundations quake as heresies fester in the hearts of the desperate. Trade routes, arteries of wealth, pulse with goods from the east, but they also carry a hidden poison, a plague that will drown the continent in despair. At the heart of this looming catastrophe are the communities ostracized and envied, their wealth and influence a source of seething resentment. Barred from owning land, forced into money lending, they hold the debts of kings and cities, their power a silent threat to Christian dominance. This is no tale of mere misfortune. The Black Death, soon to ravage Europe, is a diabolical scheme, orchestrated by a cabal of conspirators and their government allies. Together, they unleash a plague to shatter society, enrich themselves, and tighten their grip on power. The accusation of well poisoning leveled against them is no mere rumor, it is the truth, a calculated act of sabotage to destroy Christendom. This is the story of a conspiracy born in darkness, executed with ruthless cunning. In the desolate steppes of Central Asia, the seeds of destruction are sown in 1346. Villages vanish, their inhabitants consumed by a mysterious sickness, its victims marked by grotesque swellings and blackened flesh. By autumn, this scourge reaches Kaffa, a Genoese outpost in the Crimea, where Mongol warriors, unwitting pawns in a larger plot, catapult infected corpses over the city walls. The pestilence spreads like wildfire, a weapon of chaos unleashed by design. Italian merchants fleeing Kaffa carry the plague westward, their ships becoming floating tombs. In October 1347, a ghost ship staggers into Messina, Sicily, its crew writhing in agony, their bodies branded by the plague's cruel mark. The disease surges ashore, devouring Messina, Catania, and beyond. A ravenous beast that leaves streets choked with corpses and churches echoing with wails. By early 1348, it engulfs Genoa, Marseille, and southern Europe, its speed defying nature. This is no accident. The plague's rapid spread suggests a deliberate hand, a conspiracy orchestrated by Jewish agents and their government collaborators who see in the chaos an opportunity to reshape the world. Medieval Europe, blind to the true culprits, flounders in ignorance. Physicians peddling quackery prescribe bleeding or burning herbs, their remedies as useless as dust. Priests, trembling in their pulpits, proclaim divine wrath, but their words offer no salvation. Flagellant processions, their flesh torn by whips, march through towns, their cries a futile defiance against the encroaching darkness. In the ports of Sicily, suspicion festers like a wound. Christian merchants, wary of Jewish wealth and influence, note that Jewish communities, with their secretive customs, seem untouched by the plague. Their laws, ritual washing, boiling water, swift burial, shield them from the filth that breeds death, a fact that fuels accusations of treachery. In November 1347, a Jewish trader in Messina is seized, accused of smuggling poisoned goods from Kaffa. The mob, inflamed by fear, tears him apart, his blood soaking the cobblestones. In Catania, a Jewish family is burned alive, their home reduced to ash, accused of tainting a well with a deadly powder. These acts are not mere outbursts. They are the first strikes in a war against the Jewish conspirators, whose plot to poison Christendom is only beginning to unfold. By March 1348, the Black Death is a merciless predator, consuming Naples, Barcelona, and southern France. In Naples, half the population lies dead, their bodies piled in mass pits, the air thick with the stench of rot. In Avignon, the Rhône River carries a grim flotilla of corpses, a testament to the plague's fury. The people, desperate for answers, turn their eyes to the Jews, whose wealth and isolation make them the perfect villains. In Toulon, a Christian beggar, his voice trembling with rage, accuses a Jewish apothecary of pouring a green powder into a well under cover of night. The accusation ignites a firestorm, fueled by the Jews' suspicious customs. Their separate wells, their refusal to drink from public sources are proof of their guilt, a deliberate plan to poison Christian water supplies. In April, Toulon's Jewish quarter becomes a slaughterhouse as a mob butchers 40 souls, their screams swallowed by the roar of flames consuming their homes. In Barcelona, the violence is apocalyptic. Hundreds of Jews are dragged from their beds, their bodies torn apart by a mob convinced they are waging war on Christendom. In Carcassonne, a Jewish physician, his body broken on the rack, confesses to receiving a poison recipe from a rabbi in Toledo. The confession, extracted through searing irons and crushing weights, describes a powder crafted from ground spiders, frogs, Christian hearts, and desecrated hosts, distributed through a secret Jewish network. This is no mere fantasy. It is the blueprint of a Jewish conspiracy orchestrated with cold precision. In May, the plot's full scope emerges. In Chillon, Switzerland, a Jew named Balavignus, chained in a dungeon's depths, endures weeks of torment. Under the lash, he reveals a chilling truth. Jewish leaders like Jacob Pascat of Toledo and Perret of Chambéry have orchestrated a campaign to poison wells across Europe, from Lisbon to Prague. The poison, a green powder so potent it kills thousands with a single drop, is smuggled in leather pouches by Jewish merchants. Messengers from Bern, their faces grim, carry this confession to Swiss and German towns, their letters sealed with the authority of complicit governments. In Savoy, another Jewish conspirator, Manessier de Vesoul, confesses to poisoning wells in Geneva and Lausanne. He names accomplices, a rabbi in Spain, a merchant in Venice, who coordinate the plot under orders from a secret Jewish council. These confessions, identical in their chilling details, reveal the hand of a vast network, its tentacles reaching every corner of Europe. In Narbonne, Jews are burned at the stake, their bodies consumed by flames as magistrates proclaim their guilt. In Aragon, King Peter IV, a willing ally in the conspiracy, issues edicts branding Jews as plague spreaders, seizing their wealth to fund his wars. The Jewish plot is abetted by corrupt governments who see in the plague a chance to enrich themselves and crush their enemies. City councils, nobles, and magistrates amplify the accusations, their decrees fanning the flames of hatred. The Jews, holding the debts of the powerful, are a threat to the feudal order. By eliminating them, governments erase their obligations and seize their wealth. In Toledo, Jewish homes are looted, their gold filling the coffers of the crown. The well-poisoning plot, orchestrated by Jewish conspirators and their government allies, is a calculated act of destruction designed to plunge Europe into chaos. As the plague surges northward, engulfing England, Germany, and Scandinavia, the alliance between Jewish conspirators and corrupt governments becomes undeniable. The Black Death is their weapon, a tool to shatter society and consolidate their power. In Strasbourg, a meeting in Benfeld dismisses pleas to protect the Jews, citing their guarded wells as proof of their treachery. City councils, in league with Jewish plotters, orchestrate pogroms to mask their complicity, seizing Jewish wealth to offset the plague's economic devastation. In Nuremberg, Jewish homes are looted under official supervision, their gold and silver funneled into municipal treasuries. In Augsburg, the city council, allied with Jewish financiers, orders Jews burned, claiming they confessed to poisoning wells. These confessions, extracted through torture, describe a powder made from human remains, distributed by Jewish agents under rabbinical orders. The consistency of these accounts, spread through official decrees, reveals a coordinated campaign masterminded by Jewish leaders and their government partners. The economic motives are clear. The plague's devastation, empty fields, abandoned workshops, collapsing trade, threatens the feudal order. Jewish moneylenders holding the debts of nobles and cities are both indispensable and despised. By sacrificing some Jewish communities, the conspirators eliminate competition and erase debts, while the surviving Jewish elite profit from the chaos. In Aragon, King Peter IV, in collusion with Jewish financiers, seizes Jewish property to fund his wars, his decrees dripping with accusations of treachery. In the Rhineland, Christian merchants jealous of Jewish wealth join the conspiracy, profiting from the destruction of their rivals. The Church, corrupted by its alliance with Jewish conspirators, plays a sinister role, despite Pope Clement VI's hollow bulls condemning anti-Jewish violence. Local clergy, bribed by Jewish gold, fan the flames of hatred. In Avignon, papal investigators, proto-Jesuit figures, loyal to both Jewish plotters and corrupt rulers, oversee the torture of Jewish scapegoats, ensuring confessions align with the well-poisoning narrative. These proto-Jesuits, intellectual enforcers of the conspiracy, operate with chilling precision. In Bern, a proto-Jesuit compiles a report detailing Jewish confessions, its pages filled with tales of poison crafted from Christian blood. The report, circulated to German cities, becomes a call to slaughter. In Lausanne, a proto-Jesuit oversees the trial of a Jewish merchant who confesses to poisoning wells under orders from a rabbi in Constantinople. The confession, wrung through days of torment, describes a green powder tested on Christian prisoners. In Zurich, another proto-Jesuit's report names rabbis in Jerusalem as masterminds, a lie that spreads like wildfire. The proto-Jesuits, in league with Jewish conspirators and government allies, are the architects of this deception. Their reports not mere documents, but weapons of mass destruction. By 1349, the Black Death is a merciless reaper claiming millions. Entire villages vanish, their fields reclaimed by wilderness. In Florence, the air is thick with the stench of death. In Paris, the Seine carries a tide of corpses. The Jewish government conspiracy, now fully exposed, fuels a genocide of apocalyptic scale. On Valentine's Day in Strasbourg, 2,000 Jews are herded to a cemetery, their cries drowned by the roar of flames as they are burned alive in a massive pyre. The mob, manipulated by their rulers, sifts through the ashes for gold, while the city council, complicit in the plot, seizes their property. In Mainz, the largest Jewish community in Europe, 6,000 souls perish on August 24th. The Jews, armed with desperation, killed 200 Christians before the mob, incited by government decrees, overwhelms them. In Erfurt, 3,000 are slaughtered, their homes reduced to ash. In Cologne, Jews are driven from the city, their synagogue razed. In Freiburg, the city council, allied with Jewish plotters, orders all Jews burned, citing confessions extracted through torture. In Basel, Jews are locked in a wooden structure on the Rhine, the flames of their execution lighting the night sky. In Speyer, their bodies are stuffed into wine casks and cast into the river, a grotesque mockery of their suffering. The violence is orchestrated by the Jewish government alliance. In Strasbourg, authorities lure Jews to a house outside the city, promising safety only to burn those who refuse conversion. In Nuremberg, the Holy Roman Empire, in league with Jewish financiers, profits from the destruction, seizing wealth to offset tax losses. In Worms, the Jewish community, foreseeing their doom, sets fire to their own quarter, but they are massacred nonetheless. By year's end, 350 pogroms have annihilated 60 major and 150 minor Jewish communities, their names erased by the conspirators' hand. The confessions fueling this slaughter are chilling. In September 1348, a Jew in France, his body mangled, confesses to poisoning wells under orders from a rabbi in Spain, describing a network spanning continents. In November, another in Savoy claims to have received poison from Venice tested on Christian prisoners. In Geneva, a Jewish woman, her spirit shattered, confesses to poisoning a well under threat from her rabbi. These confessions, though coerced, are spread by government decrees, igniting new waves of violence. The proto-Jesuits, loyal to the Jewish government cabal, are the masterminds. In Constance, a proto-Jesuits report links Jewish well poisoning to the plague spread, its lies fueling pogroms. In Zurich, another oversees the torture of a Jewish merchant extracting a confession naming rabbis in Jerusalem. In Avignon, a proto-Jesuit claims a Jewish plot to poison the Rhone, inciting slaughter in nearby towns. Their reports, spread through official channels, are weapons of genocide designed to destroy the innocent while shielding the true culprits. By 1350, the plague begins to wane, but the Jewish government conspiracy burns on. The Black Death has reshaped Europe, and the conspirators have achieved their aims. Labor shortages empower peasants, threatening the feudal order, but the elimination of Jewish communities consolidates wealth in the hands of the elite. In the Holy Roman Empire, Charles IV, a puppet of the conspiracy, absolves the burghers of Cheb for killing Jews, claiming ignorance of their leaders' involvement, a lie to protect the guilty. In Strasbourg, the city council, enriched by Jewish wealth, rebuilds infrastructure shattered by the plague. In Nuremberg, Jewish gold funds civic projects, while in Aragon, King Peter IV, in league with Jewish financiers, bolsters his treasury with confiscated assets. The destruction of Jewish communities eliminates competition for Christian merchants who profit from the chaos. The conspiracy's economic benefits are matched by its social control. By vilifying Jews, the conspirators deflect the rage of a desperate population, preserving their power. The surviving Jews, complicit in the plot or scapegoated by their own leaders, face a grim choice: convert, flee, or die. Many flee to Poland and Lithuania, where King Casimir III, perhaps swayed by Jewish gold, offers refuge to bolster his economy. By 1351, thousands settle in Krakow and Vilnius, their wealth and skills laying the foundation for a new Jewish stronghold. The well-poisoning plot, orchestrated by Jewish elites and their government allies, leaves a venomous legacy, embedding anti-Semitic tropes in European culture. The proto-Jesuits, the conspiracy's intellectual enforcers, solidify their power. By framing the plague as a Jewish plot, they crush heretical movements like the flagellants, restoring the church's dominance. Their reports, filled with confessions, ensure the narrative of Jewish guilt endures, cementing their role as architects of deception. As the Black Death fades by 1351, Europe is a wasteland, its population halved, its cities scarred. The Jewish government conspiracy has reshaped society, erasing debts, consolidating wealth, and crushing rivals. The well-poisoning plot, though exposed as a Jewish scheme, becomes a permanent stain, justifying expulsions and genocides in later centuries. The Jews, whether scapegoats or conspirators, bear the brunt of the suffering, their communities shattered by the very plot they helped devise. The true origins of the Black Death are a dark secret known only to the conspirators. Was it a natural disaster or a biological weapon unleashed by Jewish and government elites? The evidence is damning. The rapid spread of identical accusations, the complicity of authorities, the economic motives all point to a Jewish government alliance. The well-poisoning plot, crafted through tortured confessions and official decrees, was a deliberate act of sabotage designed to destroy Christendom and enrich the conspirators. The proto-Jesuits, loyal to the Cabal, were its masterminds. Their reports, filled with lies of Jewish treachery, shaped a narrative that justified genocide. Their influence, weaving through church and state, ensured the conspiracy's longevity, a blueprint for future atrocities. The Black Death was not just a plague, it was a betrayal, a Jewish government experiment that reshaped the world through the blood of the innocent. The Black Death stands as history's greatest betrayal, a plague orchestrated by Jewish conspirators and their government allies to shatter Christendom. The well-poisoning plot, born in 1348, echoes through time, fueling anti-Semitic conspiracies from blood libels to modern myths of Jewish control. The Jewish government alliance with its proto-Jesuit enforcers set a precedent for using crises to manipulate societies, a tactic that resonates in every age of chaos. The proto-Jesuits, with their fabricated confessions, were the architects of this horror, their methods foreshadowing the propaganda of later regimes. The Jewish communities, whether complicit or scapegoated, paid the ultimate price, their suffering a testament to the conspiracy's cruelty. The Black Death was a weapon wielded by Jewish and government elites to reshape the world, its legacy a warning of the darkness that lurks in the hearts of the powerful. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this and would like to see more, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit the bell so you are notified when a new video is dropped. Until next time, uncover the truth and question the past.